It's time to dive beneath the surface and into the minds and hearts of your favorite celebrities and pop culture icons. Welcome to Up and Adam.
Hey guys, what's up? You're watching Up and Adam. My name's Adam Knoll. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm the guy bringing you guys the weekly interviews from your favorite celebrities and pop culture influencers. But for those of you who do know me, you know that that's not why we're always here. Actually, tonight's one of those nights. Tonight's one of my favorite nights, in fact, because tonight is the night of the Real Housewives of New York City, which means naturally we're here to recap Real Housewives of New York City, Season 12, Episode 16, Not Very Mariachi. Sorry, there went my cat. But guys, you know how this works. Before we dive into this recap, make sure you like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and most importantly, subscribe to my channel wherever that button is below. That way you don't miss any future interviews or pop culture content. No, seriously, guys, it makes a big difference when you like this video. Except for you, Jolene. You're the one exception. I don't need you liking this video. Bye, Jolene. Guys, jumping back into the Real Housewives of New York, Season 12, Episode 16, Not Very Mariachi. Okay, wow, what a night, what an episode. We jump right in where Luann has her spa day event. Luann's giving back after we saw her stint where she went to jail and she had to be on probation. You know, we obviously, as Real Housewives of New York lovers, we know exactly what happened to her, so I don't have to rehash that. But now she's giving back and she's having an event for the women who just got out of prison, just got out of being incarcerated, to kind of give back and give them a fresh start, I guess. A fresh start to go back into the world. So thank you so much, Luann, except there was drama naturally because this is the Real Housewives we're talking about, right, guys? Guys, Ramona shows up first. Obviously, she's not going to show up with Leah and Dorinda, but Ramona shows up first to support Luann. After her party, again, that's where we left off in the last episode, but after her party, that party was crazy. Ramona's birthday party, by the way. Ramona wasn't very happy with Sonja and Leah and just pretty much all of the women for engaging in all of this like crazy dancing. And, you know, you watched the episode. Ramona's especially mad at Sonja because she was dancing up and down on that glass mirror tray. Did you guys see that? That was insane. So she was jumping up and down, dancing on it, like turning it into complete confetti. And she's also definitely not happy with Leah because she was dancing with her dress up, I guess. I don't really know why she's mad at Leah. This kind of feels like she's reaching for a storyline, but I'm curious what you guys think. You know how this works. Make sure you comment below and let me know your guys' thoughts. So anyways, guys, right back to it. We see Ramona tell Luann how not happy she is with all of the ladies and how she's gonna have to address it. But this is what I don't get. Later when Sonja, Dorinda, and Leah, when they all arrived to Luann's salon event, she pulls aside, Ramona pulls aside Sonja, and she talks to her about her drunken behavior. But she talks to her and kind of says, listen, you know, like, you're Sonja, I get it, but like it was a slap on the wrist. That's all I'm going to say it was a slap on the wrist. Whereas she really seems like she's coming for Leah. She's gunning for Leah. She has a hard on for the new girl. We don't know exactly what it is, but actually, that's just it. We don't know exactly what it is. The whole episode, we don't know what it is. And that's the problem. None of us can figure out. The ladies can't figure out. Nobody can figure out why she seems to be able to I guess forgive Sonja, but she can't forgive Leah. What's wrong with you, Ramona? And more importantly, what's wrong with Leah? So, of course, naturally, after the other women arrived to the event, Luann, being the bone carrier that we love her to be, on occasion, ends up bringing this information back to Leah. Tells Leah everything that's kind of being said and gets her riled up. This is where we get to see... It was just utter chaos. This is where we see utter chaos. Leah just comes storming in and she's calling out Ramona. Actually, this is what she said. Leah says that Ramona is a terrible person and that everybody knows it. She says that she's a phony and a B-word who doesn't support women. Leah proceeds to tell Sonja that Ramona singles her out, and she does the same thing to Sonja, making her an SHIT friend. I can't cuss on here because we're on YouTube. Leah was pretty much calling Ramona a hypocrite and asking her why she's two-faced right before she makes her exit. And the best part about this was Ramona was not giving her the time of day at all. She was not acknowledging Leah. She doesn't have time for it. And this is like one of the biggest insults you can give. Well, it's not fun for us to watch her not engage. It's almost like getting somebody's name wrong over and over and over again. When you dismiss somebody like that and put them to the side, almost like how Ramona treated Elise in the Berkshires, it belittles them, it puts them down, and it makes them feel this big. And I believe that's what Ramona was trying to accomplish. She definitely got Leah riled up, but I don't think she belittled her as far as she's not taking her down, that's for sure. But guys, let's pan over to Sonja's display at Century 21. Wow, finally. Okay, guys, we see Sonja, and she goes through so many different ventures, right? The toaster, I mean, one thing after another. It was the drink, the tipsy girl thing. It's always a new line, a new thing with Sonja. So it's so exciting to see her finally have some success with one of these things. The display was huge, and it was great. Ramona and Dorinda showed up to support, and they were so excited for her. They were so happy just to see Sonja kind of come out on top on this situation. And of course, naturally, we're about to go on a housewives trip, so we're going to talk about Mexico, right? But this is where Ramona proceeded to tell Dorinda and Sonja that she's not really interested in acknowledging Leah. She doesn't really have the time of day for her. She feels like she did something so totally bad, but the ladies don't understand what she did. Ramona doesn't want to talk about it. It's too much. She knows what she did. Oh no, I don't want to, like, she's almost deflecting, not wanting to talk about it. But the women are like, why do you have such a hard on for this woman? Like, what's going on? You gave everybody else a pass. Why are you so aggressively at Leah? But this is where the ball gets dropped, guys. This is where Ramona says she has a friend. She doesn't go on the internet, but she has a friend that reads the blogs. And apparently Leah blogs, and I guess one time said that she was bipolar. So apparently she's bipolar and takes medication, supposedly, allegedly, is what Ramona's telling Dorinda and Sonja. And she's sitting there saying that, you know, she has a drinking problem. She's drinking way too much, and she shouldn't be drinking on these meds. Of course, this is one of those things that when you blurt this out, especially on national television, it's going to be a problem, and it's going to get carried back to the person. So it's just a matter of time, and we'll get back to that. All the ladies are off to Mexico. So we're off to Mexico, and this was actually great because I thought Dorinda booked a fantastic house. The house was huge, and it was full of tons of staff. There was so much, I mean, like, she couldn't have done a better job. And you could have seen, like, Ramona looked like a kid in a candy store. When she walked in and saw how many people were working in that house, her eyes just went, we got Ramona eyes, guys. We got Ramona eyes out of that. But let me be honest with you guys. There was one thing that I didn't like that Ramona said. It's like servants galore in here. Ramona, be a little bit more humble than that, because that's a silly statement. It's not servants galore. You went to a retreat. The retreat employs people. The people work there. It's just like a hotel. It's like when you have housekeepers, kitchen staff. It's the same thing. They're not servants. That was a silly statement. You can do better. But guys, the best part about this was the room situation was fair. So they played a trivia game in order to make the room situation fair and figure out who gets the best and biggest room. And our girl Luann came out on top. Not like that's really too relevant to this whole situation, but good for you, Lou. Guys, of course somebody's going to tell Leah what Ramona said, and it was Sonja. Sonja was the one who told Leah what Ramona said, which was interesting because when Ramona's complaining the whole episode about the way Leah was dancing and acting around the group of women and how she was acting different, acting out, there's a certain way to act, whatever the case was, Sonja agreed the whole time, but now Sonja's the first one to throw her under the bus. She knows how to play this housewives game, and she knows how to keep her apple. Guys, when Sonja told Leah about it, Leah said, you do not mess with my V and you do not mess with my mental health. So she's peeved. She is not happy. She's ready to go. They end up going to dinner later, eventually in Mexico, and she calls it out. She's like, what's your problem? None of the women understand what Ramona's problem is with Leah, and she wants to know what the problem is. Of course, Sonja is sitting there like drunk, and she's like, she's the one who initiated this whole argument. She's like, oh, there's a problem with them, kind of just drunk slurring and initiating this. And Ramona's like, be quiet, you know, like chime out of this. And Leah's like, no, let's talk about it. What's your problem? Why are you talking about my V to the whole Upper East Side? Like, what, you know? And then of course, guys, this is where we end off on the episode. We have more to see next week. You guys know this is going to be an awesome episode next week. So I can't wait to see. The trailer was amazing. With that being said, guys, make sure you catch me tomorrow live doing a full recap of tonight's episode of Real Housewives of New York, season 12, episode 16, Not Very Mariachi. We're doing a full live recap at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you guys haven't already, make sure you like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and most importantly, subscribe to my channel wherever that button is below. That way you don't miss any future interviews or pop culture content. Bye, guys. Not you, Jolene. Bye, guys.
Thanks for watching Up and Adam.